Okay, welcome back. Now, actually, if you see our final presentation, in our final presentation, when we run it, we have three slabs here with three different materials. And when the user comes here and clicks on it, say for example, and there are three materials here, and if he clicks on a particular slab, that particular material is applied to that. Similarly to the stand. For stand we have three materials, and for the cupboard we have three materials. Now our next job is to create these three interactive material for the cupboard and the three materials for the metal stand. So to create this, what we are now going to do is, now coming back to our scene, in the scene now, this is the scene. I will press 1 on my numpad to come to the front view, and I will just move into the wireframe view. And in wireframe view, first what I am going to do is, I am going to press shift plus S and see that the cursor is set to the world origin. It is set to this world origin, and after this I will press shift plus A, and I am going to add a cube. So when I add this cube, I will come to shaded view, and now this cube is too huge. See, this is very big. If I come inside and if I see it, this is very big. Now what I will do is, I will come over here in the scale, and I am going to scale along the X value by around zero point 0.2 units, and I am going to scale along the Y value by around 0.6 units, and Z I will make it just very thin, 0.01 unit. So with this, I have just created a small cube, and this cube you can see here is nothing but, see, it is exactly placed on the floor. So you can see this is, I will just place it exactly over the floor, and then I am going to come over in the window here, double click on this name cube, and I am going to name this as slab. I will give it the name as slab 1. I will call it as slab 1, and after I give it the name as slab 1, now I will come to wireframe view, and in wireframe view I will come to the top view, and in the top view I am going to just move this and place it somewhere here. So now here, if I consider this, okay, so I have placed somewhere here. If I come to the shaded view inside, and if I see this, okay, this is the wooden slab, and this wooden slab appears to be too big. So what I will do is, I will just change the X value to around 0.1, and I will change the Y value to around 0.4. So that let us make this slightly smaller, and let us move it like this and place it somewhere over here. See, this is placed over here, and let it be lying randomly here. So if required, press E on your key, press that is the rotate tool here, and then rotate it slightly like this, slight rotation like this. Okay, this is fine. We have created the slab 1, and for this slab 1 we are now going to create a new material, and this material actually, if I come back to material here, we have already created one wood material. If you come over here, you have one wood material one already applied. I am going to choose this. So now if I come to the material view, so you can see the wood material is applied here. If I come to 0 and come to the view inside the camera, okay, if required, I have to still scale it down a little more, because this is actually still little bigger. I will make Y 0.3, and I will take the move tool, and I will just move it a little like this. Okay, so this is fine. So now with this set, now we have created one slab here which is lying here. If required, press the rotate tool, R tool. Okay, I will press or I will select the rotate tool here, and I will just rotate it somewhat in this angle so that this is fine. So we have created slab 1 and we have given it wood material 1. Now we want to create two more slabs here. So to create additional material, what we will do is select this slab 1 and press Shift plus D and just move it and right click it. So you have a new object duplicated here. Shift plus D means it is going to duplicate the object, and I am going to name this as slab 2, and then I will press G, and along the x-axis I will move it slightly like this, and I will move it somewhere to this position like this, and then along the GZ axis I am going to move it slightly to the top so that this sits exactly above the other table. So if I move it like this, so this should sit exactly over the other slab. So I will press G, Z, and I will slightly move it like this so that it is sitting on the another slab. And then what I will now do is I will just press G and Y and slightly move it like this, G and X and slightly move it to the left, and then see I want this to rest on the floor. So for this, on the numpad I will press 1, come back to this view, that is the wireframe view, and in the wireframe view I will select this, press the rotate tool, and I am going to slightly rotate it like this so that it is just touching the floor like this. Then G and Z, and I am slightly going to move it like this. Again I will press G, rotate, and slightly rotate. So you adjust it in such a way so that this piece is sitting exactly over the other piece. It is lying like this. So I will press 0 on numpad to come to the camera view, and in the shaded view now I can see the second slab is added over here. You can see the second slab added, and I am already named it as slab 2. And if you come to the material, both of this right now has the same material. I have to now create a new material for this. So for this you come to the material window here, and in the material window you have one copy new material, or you have one copy button here, or the number here displays 4. 4 means this particular material is used on 4 objects here. So, and if I click on this number, now what happens is this is going to create a new material, and I am going to call this as wood material 2. I will name this as wood material 2, and for this wood material 2 I will come to shading, and in shading we had added this image wood base color 1. So I will click here open image, and I am going to select wood base color 2, and I will click open image. And if I come to default view, now you can see this is applied with the new material. Now the next thing is we will repeat the same thing for the third material. So for the third material, what we are now going to do is I will again come, say for example, to the top view. In wireframe view you can see two materials are there. Now I am going to select what I will do is again press Shift plus D to duplicate it, and I will place it somewhere here like this. Okay, so I will place it somewhere at this position, and then I am going to come here in this window, in this outliner window, and I am going to name this as slab 3. And then next what we are going to do is I will come in the front view, and in the front view now I am going to move this. I will press G Z, and I will move it slightly to the top so that this is on the top of the next that is slab, like this. It is on the next slab, top of the next slab. I will press G and Y and I will move it slightly, and G and X and slightly move it like this. And I will come to the top view by pressing number pad 7. I will select all these three slabs, pressing shift, and then press G, and I will slightly move it closer to my actual this drawing table. So now if I come to the camera view so that all these three are visible in the camera view, if I come to the shaded view and then here if I see this, I will go to file and choose save. And now finally I will select slab 3 here, and selecting slab 3 here, you can see it is applied to two materials here. I will click on this number again, and now I am going to name this as wood material, and this is 3. I am going to give the name wood material 3. I will come back to shading here and I will click on this open button and I will select wood base color 3, and if I open it and then come to default view, now you can see 3 slabs present with 3 different materials. If required, slightly rotate it and place it haphazardly. So I will rotate this slightly like this. So it is placed slightly in some haphazard manner like this. Okay. So we have added these 3 materials now. Go to file, choose save and click on sneak peek to see this, and you can now see we have successfully added these 3 materials. So after adding these 3 materials, our next job, so here this material is slightly overlapping here. So what we can do is, I will come here and select this material and I will slightly press G and Z and move it little to the top like this. Okay, I will move it little to the top. If required, come back to wireframe view, and in front view let us adjust it. Okay, front view I will come here and I will, if required, I will just rotate it slightly again like this. Somewhat it is lying like this. So even this one I will rotate it so that it is touching the ground, and I will press G and slightly move it like this to the top, and if required I will rotate it a little more so that it is lying on the that is on the ground. So now I will come back, press 0 on number keypad, come back to camera view, and in shaded view if I see this, so this is fine. So if I press sneak peek, so I can see the 3 materials over here. So these are the 3 slabs. When we click on these 3 slabs, the material of this is going to change. So we have made the 3 slabs ready. So with this, let us conclude this session, and in our next session, we are going to create 3 materials for this metal stand.